Hi, in this video I'll be talking about how we can create geometry by using or geometries by using series. And let's create some boxes that are going and intersecting with one another. So this is my Grasshopper and Rhino screen, as you know. So what I need to do first, so if I come over to the surface, since I'm going to create some boxes, if I go underneath primitive, I'll grab a component called center box, right? Center box is a component you might see already. There is a box that is created. So base is going to be XY plane. So let's put it in, right click, preview it off. And this is working quite similar with rectangle. So it's basically asking us to create sort of a domain. So if I put 500 here, it's going to create a 500 unit on X, 500 units on Y, and 500 units on Z. Okay, but as you see, it takes this time, this value as like it's created this box in 500, but it's not extruded 500. It puts it onto the center. That's why it's called center. So the center is our 0 point XY plane. That's why it goes up 250, down 250, left, right, front, back, 250, 250, so on and so forth. So this is how we create this kind of a box, right? But what if I use a series in this one? So let's take them all off and let's create a series starting from let's say 500, which might be a good number to start with. And let's increase each and every of these sizes by 100. And let's have, I don't know, like 15 as my value. So if I put this guy in here, what I'm seeing is I started to see some values, but they're only on X, right? So if I copy this and paste it, but let's group this and then say with a scribble extraction or X size, maybe Control G, pull out a scribble again, Y size, and I'll do the same with the Z size as well. Add this to group, color this with, I'm not sure, with green. Okay, put this guy in as well. You see, we started to see something, some overlaps on top of each other, but like they are starting from here. This is my first one, second one, third one, fourth one, so and so forth. And if I copy this all and paste it underneath, because I need to control the Z values as well, right? So if I come over here and then say Z, and I'll be creating this Z value. So what this does basically, it's basically creating these boxes. And what I'm seeing here, these boxes are coming, like they are going smaller to larger, smaller to larger. And one thing I'm really like curious is what would happen if we start instead, like if we start instead 500 to 1900, if we like, let's say if we go reverse to this. And what we are starting to see is we are starting to see that we are having these values. This time it's still keeping its sizes on the middle ones, that it goes really up and down, but on X size it gets really small, whereas the smallest one gets really large on the X size. So we shifted it, right? So if I take this back, you see they're all growing from center to the outside. But if I come over and say, let's say like reverse to this, and if I come over to say and reverse to this time, you see we switch the thing. Now what I'm having is I'm having the smallest one in the middle still. It goes up and down, but it gets really smaller, or it gets larger as it goes outside. And obviously if I come and say reverse this, everything reversed back as well. And one thing, like one small thing, if we can, what would happen if we change these sizes, right? You see, if I change the X size, Y size, everything changes based on the rule that I've put in. So that's basically the rule that I've put already in. And that is pretty much like what I am showing you here in this video. Obviously, what I can do is I can increase this, but this will create overlap. So one thing to consider if we are trying to deal with these kind of information, one thing to discover is and decide is keeping the same amount of count. So if I count, put this count here and put this count here, what it will help me is to create sort of a control over my number of my geometry. So I can increase this, decrease this, and so on and so forth. I'm still having the complete control of the sizes. Obviously, I can change this, increase this, and decrease this, and that is pretty much tutorial. And in the second one, I'll be talking about how we can color this set of boxes, because now we are not easily see what's happening here. So I'll see you in the next one.